Manipulation. Oof, this is a slippery topic. Manipulation from adults toward their children, even when they're adult children. I just can't. I can't get into it. So we gonna listen. It's gonna be touchy today, y'all. It's gonna be touchy. Touchy. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 13, episode 6. As I said, this is going to be a little touchy. There's going to be a part of this. It's going to be touchy, child. It is what it is. And I'm going to say this now. I really do like Cynthia. Y'all know I like Cynthia. And I like her family. I like her mom. I like her sister. But there was some shit in that house that was going down that I can't get behind. I can't get behind it. It just wasn't too kosher for me. So we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but just hold on. It's going to get touchy. Anyway, we start right here, though, with Cynthia, since we're talking about her. Her and Mike. Child, again, I don't understand this, what they got going on. Y'all sent out 250 invitations, and now you fussing because 175 people RSVP'd. See, stop playing games. Stop playing games. If you don't have money for or room for 250 people to be guests, you don't put out 250. Who sits and honestly processes that? I'm going to send out 200 invitations, but I'm really only expecting 100 people. What you do is, we all do that when we give functions. If I'm scheduling for 200 people, I'm scheduling for 200 people. I'm getting space for and accommodations for 200 people. Now, in my mind, I know it might only be 100 people, but I will definitely have accommodations for 200 people. What is this bullshit? 250 out, 175 RSVP, and your ass get nervous. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Girl, you driving me right up the side of one of these walls, Cynthia, with this wedding. You're doing a lot of silly shit. And it's like an overbook. I don't even know. It's weird. And then she started talking about her father and how she's estranged from her father, but she really wants to invite him. And they haven't been messing around with him ever since when her mom did the PSA. Way back when she married Peter on the show, and there was a whole issue with that. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But it shined a light on some stuff that was like, wow, you had this going on? That's crazy. That is crazy. But we're going to talk about it. Let's go over to Drew's house. So Drew and Earl Ralph they did a whole balloon release for her father. It was really a beautiful, tender moment with Drew, her husband, and her mother. Actually, her mother said, can I come out and watch? And I thought that was cool. You know, she wanted to be there for support and to nose. She wanted to be nosy. So she went out there, but it turned out to be a really tender moment. And they ain't arguing and fighting. The passing of the father has brought a calmness to the home and brought some understanding. And Ralph is saying, you know, I'm going to try to change. You know, he's open to change, and he's seeing some of the errors in his ways and seeing really that life is just too short. And I said, now this sounds good, and I hope you still talking like this in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you did some work, Brother Ralph. You a little off-center dude. Drew's blonde wig, everything. That looked good on her. I said, you look good in that. That looked nice on her. To me. It looked really nice on her. I liked it. And the install was really good. She looked good. So that was that. Now let's go over here to Candy's. Candy and her family gathering. You know, they having this whole discussion about her and Block. And her family was sitting up there talking real stupid, talking about the courts ain't going to side with Candy about her child support. What y'all know about child support? It doesn't matter how much money Candy got. Whatever Block was ordered to pay, Block is going to pay. I don't give a shit if Candy triples her income. Whatever the courts had ordered for Block to pay at the time that Block owed, Block is going to pay that to Candy, and the court ain't going to back off of that. Because after the fact of what the order was, she blew up. Her blow up don't have nothing to do with Block. Candy do good for herself and Rowley. That don't benefit Block. That benefit Candy and Rowley. It don't put Block off the hook. I don't know what type of child support y'all talk about. He owe. Period. Now, I don't even understand that. I don't understand that. When it comes down to child support, parents owe. That's it. You got kids, you owe. And when you get an order to pay your child support, you just pay it. What's all this chit-chat? Just goddamn pay your bill. The kid got to be taken care of. You ain't got to agree with it. So no Block. And I didn't know what them females was talking about. I said, what's wrong with y'all? I didn't understand. And it was female. I don't understand the females who actually felt like she deserved every dime. She did not make a baby by herself. Is it me? Am I the only one? I don't care how much money Candy got. Block don't get off. When Candy was in the dark and the pumping and the sweat was going on, she was not masturbating. She was having sex with Block. They were in there together, pumping and sweating and having a great time. When the great time is over, everybody owes. Block and Candy. Whatever the courts say he has to pay it. And I don't care if Candy sells 200,000 more albums. Block don't get off. And I didn't understand those females. They were talking like she didn't deserve it. She deserves every penny. If she don't do nothing with the money but take it and wipe her behind and throw the money out in the street, she deserves every penny. Because she didn't screw herself. She screwed him. Moving on. Y'all tell me what y'all... I don't know these kind of females. I'm confused. Anyway, moving on. Cynthia and Portia got together. And there's a whole conversation about the fact that Mike likes Dennis. And Mike wants to invite Dennis to the wedding. Well, Portia doesn't want Dennis to be invited to the wedding. I don't agree. It's not just Cynthia's wedding. It's Cynthia and Mike's wedding. Why do Mike not get to have his friend at the wedding because Portia and him ain't together? Whatever goes on with Dennis and Portia ain't got nothing to do with Cynthia and Mike. That have to do with Portia and Dennis. It's for them to be... They're actually parenting. They both got a kid together. If y'all can't be together in public, y'all got more issues than what y'all think y'all got. How about both of y'all stay home? How about that? If this is... I mean, the fact that this is even a conversation, see, my mind at my wedding, they would both be off the list. If we ain't gonna go round and round. And it ended up blowing up into a whole thing. Like Mike ain't giving up on it. Mike saying, no, that's my friend and I want my friend invited. Portia saying, no, Cynthia, make it happen. I don't want them there. I say, how about both of them stay home? Sound easy to me? I'm not getting ready to have no argument with my mate about two sons of bitches that ain't even involved. Don't have to be involved. This is the marriage of Mike and Cynthia. This ain't got shit to do with Portia and old hot dog dude. Both of them can stay home for all I care. And that's just the way I felt about that. Why do I feel like I'm just fussing? I guess maybe I am. I'm going to stay up on my soapbox. How about that? I'm going to stay up here. Let's move on. Noelle got it going on. She looked good, and she's become a social media influencer. She got a large following, and she looks great. She really does. She looks great. She's doing really well for herself. And I just seen her working her business, and her mom told her, come on back. Instead, she's like, girl, I ain't staying there no. I would stay 2 weeks, and that's it, girl. I got work. I got to work. I got to go. I said, go ahead, Noelle. Taking hold of your future and doing your thing. Girl, that's what's up. So I was like really proud of Noelle, and she really looked really gorgeous. She really did. Moving on. Candy had a Candy Cares food drive. Really nice to help people out during the pandemic. I think it was 400 families that she was able to actually help, and people gave donations. John, there was a little throw in there, honey. Miss Kenya was down there the whole time, throwing shade, keep taking shots at Portia, and the whole thing. And she's like, Portia has this whole thing, she's going through what she's going through with Dennis. And I thought it was really ugly of Kenya, but that's real classic Kenya. Nobody cares about her and Dennis. And then she was throwing these shots. Can't we just keep working? This, that, and the other. Excuse me, Kenya. Can I ask you a question, sis? Did anybody do that to you when you cried all last season about that bastard that you married that treated you like crap? Did we dismiss you, Kenya? Even the people that don't even do you. And I'm one of them. I don't do Kenya, and y'all know it. I ain't never been a Kenya fan. But I never felt as though you deserved the treatment that you got from Mark, and we did not dismiss you. So, do you get to dismiss Portia? I don't think so. That ain't cool. And I ain't no Portia fan either. I kind of care for her the same way I care for you. But her feelings are valid. She has just as much to a right to be on the show and discuss her situations. And when y'all are in the group of friends, for the friends to show her some love about her little thing and let her vent. And you just seem really, really callous to me down here acting like that when you cried all last season. All last season. And started up this season until you start getting some coochie. When you start swinging around here scissoring with LaToya, allegedly, then you got happy. LaToya made you happy, but other than that, before LaToya came into the picture, you was still crying. Ain't nobody told you to shut the hell up. So I thought that was kind of, that wasn't a good look. But anyway, and then did Candy insinuate that you was scrimping on the donation, honey? You're rich, you got businesses. What you scrimping on the donations for, Miss Kenya? Girl, what's really going on? Anyway, Kenya Moore, what is it? Kenya Moore whore hair? What's that business? Girl, you skipping on the donations. Anyway, Kenya goes and announces about a girl trip. Let's go on a girl trip. Did you see everybody's face when she announced that trip they was giving? Like, girl, who is she? Like, don't nobody like you. Who are you to try to pull together a trip? Nobody likes you, honey. I just start laughing. I was like, Lord have mercy. Anyway, okay, so let's go to where I told y'all we were going. And this episode wasn't boring. It really wasn't boring, but it did kind of move by really fast. Just like this review has moved by fast. It was interesting, though. But we get over to Cynthia's house, Cynthia's mother's house. So Cynthia goes over to her mother's house. Noelle has actually gotten in town. Cynthia's face got cracked because Cynthia thought that it was like this whole thing. She's like, oh yeah, Noelle has spent a lot of time with Cynthia's mother. Cynthia was out modeling and doing all that. And Noelle was really with her grandmother a lot of time. Okay? So she's really close with her grandma. And she said, yes, so I got Noelle with me. And Noelle, because Noelle gets her way with grandma. I mean, and it's like a buffer. She thought she was going to use it to her benefit. To get over here and here it is, because the mother and the father just don't even mess with each other at all, because we heard about how abusive he was and everything. Okay, y'all remember when she did the PSA for Kenya back in the day, back when she married Peter? Y'all remember that? Here, who knew that Cynthia's mother had flipped things and she's angry with Cynthia? Then she says she didn't know what a PSA was. She didn't know that it was going to be handled like that. And like, she's like, I'm so angry that you made me have to relive all that stuff and this, that, and I just was looking at her mother suspect. I'm sorry. I do like Cynthia's mother. I used to think she was sweet, but not no more. I don't think she's sweet. I think Cynthia's mother is manipulative as hell. And then when I got into it and I really started looking, I said, you know what? Back when she was getting ready to marry Peter, you was manipulative as hell back then too. We just didn't pay you no attention. But we on to you now, Mama Bailey. We on to you, girl. You manipulative as hell. As hell. And it's ugly. It is ugly. When I tell you I sat here looking at this television and I was just like this. I still like her, but no, sis. I looked at her a whole different way. Shame on you, Cynthia's mother. Shame on you. When Cynthia sat there and she's apologizing to her mother, and I'm like, is this lady serious right now? Classic filthy manipulation. That was horrible. Why would you do that to one of your children? Horrible. And Cynthia's sitting there, grown woman in her 50s, saying, I felt guilty for her getting pregnant with me. And you're literally forcing her to choose you over her father. And saying, he wasn't there, and he didn't do this, and he didn't do that, and I'm the one that did this, that, thing, and the other. That is so wrong. That is so wrong, wrong, wrong. I don't give a shit. It's wrong. Your kid's relationship with the other parent is their relationship with the other parent. The stuff with who's there and who did, you did what you were supposed to do. Raise them. If the other one don't, somebody got to do it. Raise them. But you're not supposed to put that on the kid, and you don't manipulate the kid and beat the kid down and make the kid feel guilty at the fact that the other person didn't do. That's wrong. That is wrong. That is very, very wrong. And you got to watch with that dumb stuff. You all got small children, some of you women and men. If you're trying to turn that kid against that other parent, I'm telling you, that mess will backfire on you and sometimes make your child resent you. It'll work the opposite way of how her mother worked her, because Cynthia's mother worked her. She can't work Mallory, though. Did you see that? She couldn't work Mallory because, you know, Mallory's a bitch. Mallory, mean old bitch. I likes me some Mallory. Mallory mean. The mother tried it. She told her point blank period, don't try it, girlfriend. Don't try it. Okay? Mallory don't give a shit. You see, when they came in there, Mallory had done ate up all the damn pork chops. Mallory, you greedy bitch. She said, I only ate 1.5. I said, girl, what was in there? 2? She done ate up the pork chops and half of the sweet potatoes. Mallory don't give a shit. Mallory about Mallory. She told that mother flat out, he is still our father. She told her right. But Cynthia crumbled right up underneath that pressure. Sat on there right on screen, apologized to her mother, where there was no apology due. You sat on screen. You sat in front of the cameras. You did the PSA. You could have said, oh, no, I don't want to do this. At any time. You voluntarily sat there and did it. What the problem was, and she ended up saying it, was that back down there in Mississippi, where they was at, where they was from before, with Cynthia's father, the people done dragged her ass, honey. There was backlash because they said, oh, he's such a nice man. And they dragged her about doing that PSA and talking down on that man and what he had done to her and sharing her experience. So you, instead of taking it out on just him, you take it out on Cynthia and you make Cynthia feel guilty. That's wrong. That is wrong, ma'am. You're out of order. Completely out of order. But I was so hurt for Cynthia when she said that she felt guilty about her mother getting pregnant with her and how her mother, you know, she could have been a model and this, that, the other. I said, this is all shit that came out your mouth. You've been doing this to this girl, basically probably all her whole life. You out of order. And now that's horrible. That is horrible to do to a person. Made me look at her totally different. Like I said, I still like her, but girl, I don't know about you and your parenting, ma'am. You scarred your daughter, and she is scarred. I felt bad for Cynthia. You're in your 50s. That ain't gonna go away. That is not gonna go away not no time soon, honey. And did you see how I know y'all had to see what I saw. That was horrible. It was so hard to watch. And then turn around, she got Noelle up underneath her thumb. Because then Noelle spoke. And you know, Noelle runs Cynthia. Always did. Noelle spoke, honey, and Cynthia thought she had Noelle there's backup, honey. Noelle, no baby, Noelle is under Granny's thumb, and she told you point blank, period. The mother put it out there in a way, well, girl, I mean, you know, you could invite him, and I just, and Noelle said, Grandma's always here. I don't even know him. I don't be seeing him. I see Granny. Granny did this, Granny did that, and I think what's been said is what needs to be done. He ain't coming. And Cynthia cowered in the corner like she was the child, and he ain't coming. I said, child, y'all wrong. All of y'all, except for Mallory, honey. Noelle out of order, and Grandma's ass is out of order. Them two. Grandma and Noelle, them the two that need to keep their ass home. Y'all feeling some kind of way. It ain't y'all's wedding, it's Cynthia's wedding. How about you two asses stay home? I said, oh, this is too much. And the grandmother was just as satisfied. Did y'all see her? She's sitting over there. I said, oh, girl. We be tearing up Mama Joyce. Baby, I never knew Cynthia's mother had something for Joyce too, honey. You and Joyce could be best friends. You just as manipulative as you want to be, honey. I still like you, girl. But, girl, you questionable, girl. You manipulative as hell. And it did. Hindsight is 2020. When I thought back about that marriage license and all that stuff, that mama was... Girl, you've been hiding right up underneath us all this time with your nasty little ways, honey. I see you, mama. I see you, girl. A mess. That was a whole... it was... Interesting. I feel bad for Cynthia, though. Really bad for Cynthia. And it really did open up my eyes to a lot. Now I understand why Marlo treats her like she does. I understand why Nene treats her like she does. You've been getting beat down and smashed all along. You've been that old getting manipulated and stuff. That stuff started at home. Like, all of that made sense. Like, all of Cynthia's it made sense. I said, oh, my gosh. I'm done. Because I can go on and go on and go on. I'm going to leave this alone right here. Y'all, I'm interested to see what y'all say in the comments. Did y'all see what I saw, or y'all disagree? Did you not see what I saw? Y'all think I'm off with this one? I don't. But, I don't know. It's be interesting to see what my people say. Anyway, hit it, y'all. And I don't hate Cynthia's mother, but, girl. Got my good eye on you, Mama Bailey, honey. Anyway, all right, y'all. Later.